So today we will begin our class, start our class by discussing about a person from a Greek mythology. Narcissus. Have you ever heard of this person, Narcissus? In Greek mythology, he is a person known for his beauty. And he stares at his own beauty whenever he saw his reflection in the water. Sometimes we are also like that, right? We look into mirror or we look at our own beauty in the mirror, and we will try to make our face more better before we going somewhere outside. But one thing you have to think is everyone is different from others, right? Here's a picture of Narcissus. Some artists drawn this picture. He is different from me. I am different from you. You are different from all other person around you, right? The facial features, or so there is a difference. All persons are unique. Uniqueness is there. If it is in the difference in the height or weight or hair color, skin complexion, or the facial features, the shape, structure, everything is different. From where this uniqueness comes? Have you ever wondered what is behind this difference, this variation? Yes, we know that it is because of heredity or genetic variation or genetic information. Where is this genetic information stored in our body? You already studied about DNA, RNA. Is this information stored in those things? Yes. When we are discussing about heredity or genetic information, we have to know about, or basically we have to discuss about mainly two things. That's first one is gene. Gene is a segment of DNA which is having all the genetic information for a specific trait. Next one is protein. Protein results in the morphological or the metabolic activities or the morphological features in a person. We are not only different in the external features, we are different in our physiology also, in the internal activities, internal metabolism, everything is different. All those is because of the reason behind this is this gene and protein. How is this gene and protein connected? That's something interesting and something important. So in this class, we are going to discuss about the action of gene. How the gene helps in the changes or the variation or these metabolic activities. How these genetic informations are carried out in our body. So before going into depth, we have to understand what is gene and the basic characteristics of gene. Gene is a segment of DNA. We know that DNA is made up of nucleotides. So it's very long, and a part of DNA which is having a specific genetic information for a specific trait, it is known as gene. Gene helps in the formation of protein. That is gene product, that is protein. It helps in the synthesis of protein. And now we will understand where this gene is located in our body. This is a human body is there. And in that human body, we will take out a cell from that. There is a nucleus inside cell. We already studied about the cell structures. And inside nucleus, there's DNA. And we already studied gene is a part of, or a segment of, or a sequence of DNA. Okay? So you can see the gene over there. So always remember, gene is a segment of DNA which is made up of nucleotides, a sequence of nucleotides. That's gene, which is having a specific, which is having a genetic information for a trait or a characteristics. So, for example, gene is a segment of DNA, and it's in this position, and it is inside. We can tell like it's transcribed and translated into protein. This protein helps in a phenotypical change. That means a characteristic change in the body. For example, eye color. Eye color is different for different persons. The genetic information for the eye color is stored in a specific gene. That gene is changed into or converted into protein, and that protein helps in the production or the creation of that specific eye color. And we are discussing how this gene is converted or changed into this protein. So that is the action of gene or the process of protein synthesis, one of the most important and very important process happening in our body, in each cell. Before going into discussing about that, we have to, if we are watching a craft video or a cooking video, first of all we will list out the ingredients or the materials used in that process. So this is a process. This is happening inside cell. We are made up of cell, right? So inside cell, many changes are happening. So we will list out which are the or what are the things or the materials involved in this process, the process of synthesis of protein from a gene. First of all, DNA. DNA means we can take out the gene. Consider here we can consider the gene, and gene already we studied the second of a DNA. Next one, the RNA. You have already studied what is RNA, right? Next one, it's ribosome. Ribosome is a cell organelle. When you studied about cell, you understand this is outside nucleus it is situated, and it's a cell organelle, helps in the synthesis of protein. And another one important thing is amino acids. That's small organic molecules which helps in the formation of protein. That means protein is made up of amino acids. It's a chain of amino acids. Amino acids are connected according to the information in the gene. We are going to discuss about that process. So gene, RNA, ribosomes, amino acids. And here this RNA can be divided into three types: mRNA, rRNA and tRNA. mRNA means the messenger RNA. The RNA that comes out from a gene, which is having the all genetic information of a gene. That's messenger RNA, mRNA. Next one is rRNA. rRNA is ribosomal RNA. That means this ribosome, right? Ribosome is made up of protein part and RNA part. That RNA part is known as rRNA, ribosomal RNA. Next one is tRNA, transfer RNA. This amino acid is somewhere over in the cytoplasm, inside the cell. That amino acids have to be taken to the site of protein synthesis, and it has to be connected together. That process is done by this tRNA. So that's transfer RNA, which brings amino acids to the site of protein synthesis, where it is it's in the ribosome. So I think you understand about the basic the materials or the things inside the cell organelles, inside the cells, which helps in the gene action on the protein synthesis. Now, with the help of a video, we will study how this happens. This is an animated video, so visualize the visualize the concept you are watching this video and study everything in thoroughly. We will go to the video. Here is a cell, the basic unit of all living tissue. In most human cells, there is a structure called nucleus. The nucleus contains DNA. Within the DNA are sections called genes. These genes contains instructions for making proteins. Genetic instructions in the gene is transferred into RNA. Thus, mRNA is formed. The messenger RNA then moves out of the nucleus into the cytoplasm. Ribosomes in the cytoplasm binds to the messenger RNA. The ribosome reads the genetic information in the messenger RNA to produce the chain made up of amino acids. There are 20 different types of amino acids. Transfer RNA molecules carry the amino acids to the ribosome. Transfer RNA will read the genetic information in the gene and delivers the corresponding amino acids. This is added to a growing chain of amino acids. Once the last amino acid has been added, the chain forms into a 3D structure to form the protein. And that's it. This is how the synthesis of protein, the process of synthesis of protein happens. Now you understand that protein is very important and very precious for our body. It carries out many activities, performs many activities in our body, like not only the physical features, but also the protein acts as all the enzymes are proteins, and protein performs many receptor functions in the cells and many areas in our body. And you have already studied about the hormones, the hormonal actions. Many hormones are protein hormones, so protein perform hormonal actions too. So that you can understand it's very important, and it will be different according to our heredity or according to our genetic informations. And now see this picture. You can understand that how the amino acids is connected based on the genetic information. Sometimes if a gene is for some specific trait, specific characteristics in our body, that gene will be different from other genes, and how the proteins will be different. That's what we can study from here. Here the RNA is here, and RNA is made up of nucleotides that is arranged in a specific way, and according to that the tRNA is called to this RNA, and in that ways the amino acids are arranged or connected. So if the nucleotide sequence in this RNA is in a different form, the amino acid arrangement are also different. So a new protein will form, a different protein will form. So the genes are different. Genes are for different functions. Different genes are there. Differently, the nucleotides are coded in this gene, and that information is passed into this RNA, or this RNA corresponds to that information. And based on that, this ribosomes, amino acids are arranged, and a protein is formed. So this arrangement gives this protein, and another arrangement gives another protein. That means the arrangement of amino acids. So the proteins will be different. Proteins will be different for different functions or different characteristics. And based on the heredity also, it will be different. And this is the reason behind the variations or the differences between each people, and differences between characteristics in our body. Now we will revise what we have learned, the learned concepts or the learned facts. So consider me. My body is made up of cells. It's minute, small cells, but I will take out cell and make it big for you. Okay, this is a cell from my body, and I will fix it here. Okay, now the cell is here, and the cytoplasm, the nucleus is here. What is inside nucleus? Yes, there's DNA. Okay, DNA, and DNA, there's a part of DNA, a segment of DNA, that is gene. And now the transcription process, that means the RNA is formed from a gene. The main difference is that DNA is double stranded, RNA is single stranded. Don't forget that. Okay. Then already the RNA is there in this nucleus, and I will take out this RNA to cytoplasm for effective protein synthesis. Okay. Now I will take out this RNA into the cytoplasm. And where is the ribosome? Yeah, ribosome is here. I will take this ribosome and I will attach it to the RNA, or there is an association for the protein synthesis. That's the site of protein synthesis. And now we need amino acids. Amino acids are many somewhere in the cytoplasm, but don't worry, our tRNA will collect it and we will take tRNA. The tRNA is having an amino acid, and we will take the tRNA and we will attach to here. So now all the tRNAs will come and attach, and based on the informations in this gene, in this RNA, which is transcribed from the gene, the translation process, that means the protein synthesis will happen. Protein is synthesized, and amino acids are joined together, and finally a polypeptide chain, that means a chain of amino acids will be formed. I will take out this protein from this association, ribosomal association, and finally we will get a protein which is functional and which can make a lot of activities in the cell. This is the process of protein synthesis. So now we will conclude this class. I'll give you simple, easy questions, and by answering that you will get a clear-cut idea about what we have learned. We will revise once again. So first question is, what is a basic unit of heredity? In the beginning itself we discussed. What is the answer? It's gene. Yes, right answer. And next one is, which are the three types of RNA? Which are they? First one is mRNA, rRNA and tRNA. Messenger RNA, ribosomal RNA, transfer RNA. Right? Okay. Next one, which is the cell organ which serves as a site for protein synthesis in the cell? Which one was that? Just think. Yes, it is ribosome. Yes, right answer. And last question is, what are the proteins made up of? What are the building blocks? We know the answer. The building blocks of protein is, yes, amino acids. Right answer. So now we will get a clear idea. We have thoroughly learned about the process of protein synthesis. Now, as a follow-up activity, you have to prepare a flow chart including all the process, all the steps of protein synthesis, and record it in your science diary. What is happening inside nucleus and what's happening outside nucleus, and what you have understood, and based on that you prepare a flow chart. And I hope you got a clear idea about the concepts we have learned, and lot of information about the process of what's happening in our body. So read the book thoroughly, discuss with others, collect more information and learn more. And once again, be safe, stay in the home, break the chain. And that's all for today. Thank you.